TrueZone Damper is a direct replacement for today's legacy dampers, and installation has been designed with the technician in mind. This overview video will take you through the 4 installation steps: hardware, wiring, configuration, and checkout. Complete installation guides are available at forwardthinking.honeywell.com. Before starting the installation, make sure you've selected the proper size for the job. TrueZone dampers are available in over 130 sizes, making it easy to meet nearly all application needs. When ordering a square damper, note that the motor is mounted on the second dimension. There are several types of TrueZone dampers. Each has a unique installation procedure, but all share the same actuator. For all TrueZone dampers, be sure to position the actuator in an accessible place for wiring and servicing. For an automatic round damper, or ARD, insert the crimped end of the damper into the round ductwork. For a zoning damper, or ZD, slide the damper into the rectangular rigid duct and secure with screws. For an ARD damper with flex duct, mount it by attaching the flex duct over each side. Then slide the insulation under the actuator and use the taping flange for a proper seal. To install the zoning panel, select the proper location and mount the zoning panel on a 2x4 wall or the return air duct. The TrueZone panel requires a transformer of at least 40 VA, but you can install higher VA transformers if needed. This dedicated transformer should be used to provide constant power to the TrueZone panel. Install and wire the discharge air temperature sensor in your supply duct. Next, install the bypass damper between the supply and return ductwork, making sure the arrow is pointing in the direction of the airflow. Then, install your thermostats. You can use standard wired thermostats, or you can use Honeywell RedLink thermostats by combining an 8Z432 or 8Z332 TrueZone panel with a wireless zoning adapter. Now that you have all the hardware selected and installed, it's time to move on to the wiring. Start by wiring your dampers to their corresponding zones on the TrueZone panel. The TrueZone dampers operate on 2 wires, wire M1 and M6 to the corresponding zone on the TrueZone panel. Use the optional M4 terminals to enable the green open LEDs. For access, simply break off the plastic tab. Next, connect the thermostats to the corresponding zone on the TrueZone panel using a wired thermostat or a wireless zoning adapter and a Honeywell RedLink thermostat. For wired thermostats, simply wire to the corresponding zone on the TrueZone panel. For RedLink thermostats, mount and wire the wireless TrueZone adapter to the TrueZone panel, simply wiring ABCD to ABCD. Once the thermostats are installed, you can move on to configuration. No configuration is necessary if you're using the 8Z221 or 8Z311. Everything is pre-programmed for you. On your 8Z432 or 8Z322 TrueZone panel, begin configuration by clicking Mode. The zoning panel will walk you through the configuration based on your system. You'll be prompted to select basic configurations such as the one shown. In most cases, that's all that's needed. However, TrueZone also offers advanced setup should you need to change the default settings. You can use the advanced setup to adjust the purge settings, enable or disable the discharge air temperature sensor, configure the multi-stage outdoor temperature lockout, and more. Get the complete list by referencing the configuration demo in the zoning section at forwardthinking.honeywell.com. It's time to configure the thermostats. If you're using a wired thermostat, complete the setup as if you were configuring a non-zoned home. If you're using a RedLink thermostat, push the button on the zone panel until the wireless LED lights up. This opens enrollment for all your RedLink devices. The green LED will flash on the RedLink adapter. That lets you know devices are ready to be enrolled in the system. At the thermostat, select the proper zone and name the thermostat.
Hit Connect to enroll the thermostat to the Zone panel. Repeat these steps for all remaining RedLink thermostats in the home and any RedLink accessories, including an outdoor sensor, internet gateway, or portable comfort control. Go to the Zone panel and exit RedLink Setup by hitting the Mode button. Your devices are now enrolled and thermostat configuration is then complete.
To configure the bypass, turn the system on and call for all zones to be open. Check the bypass to make sure it is fully closed and not bypassing any air. Call for the smallest zone in the home and check to be sure that the damper opens. Then go to that zone to ensure the noise level is acceptable. If so, you're done. If not, go back and dial down the pressure until the noise is at an acceptable level. Now it's time to perform a final check to ensure that everything is functioning properly, including the operation of the fan, system, heat or cool, and opening and closing the dampers. On the HZ432 and HZ322 panels, press the Mode button until the checkout LED lights up. This enables you to turn the HVAC equipment, heating, cooling, and fan on and off, as well as open and close the dampers for each zone. This is also a good time to do one last check on all thermostat wiring to ensure proper installation. With the system operating as it should, you've now successfully installed your Honeywell TruZone system.